WorkKeys testing strategies to improve student achievement was the project that we worked on. Myself, Heather Faulkner-Mize, Stacy Phillips, Jason Fuller, and Marcus Rice. First, we're going to talk about what is WorkKeys. WorkKeys is a job skill assessment system measuring real-world skills that employers believe are critical to job success. There are three main components to this test. It's applied mathematics, graphic literacy, and workplace documents. The NCRC is a credential that is evidence-based, industry recognized, and is a national portable certificate that students can carry with them onto the job site. There are three soft skill assessments associated with WorkKeys testing: fit, talent, and performance. So there are 4 different levels that students can earn certificates in. It's a bronze level, silver level, gold, and platinum. Right now, the state of Alabama, our students are at 55% on silver, 21% on gold, and platinum is a more difficult level to achieve. So the CRC, National CRC, pay average based on the levels that students can achieve. Bronze is $27,340. And this is just an estimate of what students can be paid based on the scores that they receive on this test. Silver is $38,022, gold $62,987, and then platinum $97,762. So the beginning of WorkKeys testing started with 2001 No Child Left Behind. In 2015, it was reformed by President Obama, where he put in place Every Child Succeeds Act, where the state educators really liked this act because it decreased the federal footprint in state education. And then the state of Alabama adopts Plan 2020. And with Plan 2020, this was a strategic plan where every child, every graduate prepared for college, work, and adulthood in the 21st century. So the state saw the need that every student may not attend college, but they needed to be ready for the workforce and possess the skills necessary to enter the real world. So to receive college and career ready status, a student must meet one of the following indicators: a benchmark score on any section of the ACT, a qualifying score on an AP or IB exam, pass and approved college or post-secondary credit while in high school, a benchmark level on the ACT WorkKeys, an approved industry credential in a career tech course, documented acceptance for enlistment into the military. So if a student receives one of the benchmarks as indicated above, then the state of Alabama recognizes that young adult as a college and career ready student. So the Perkins Act of 2006 came around, and President Bush was the one who wanted to overhaul career technical education. So the Perkins Act of 2006 was to provide career tech students with an education which involved high academic standards along with work-ready skills. So in 2010, this is when the WorkKeys was implemented. The ACT WorkKeys was designed to help school districts identify the effectiveness of the career tech programs offered to students. And the test assesses high school seniors in school workplace skills critical to job retention, real-world problem solving, and critical thinking and job-effective reasoning. So in 2013, the state of Alabama began testing not just career tech, but all high school seniors on the ACT WorkKeys to determine career readiness. So the video that I'm going to show you is a video based on what employers see and why the need of WorkKeys and why they encourage students to score high on the WorkKeys testing.
Babbel, a language learning program developed by over 100 language specialists. Babbel teaches real-life conversations in Spanish, French, German, Italian, and more. Babbel's 10 to 15-minute lessons are available as an app or online at babbel.com.
Next, the challenge of getting students ready for the working world. While most high schools focus on preparing students for college, businesses in one community outside Chicago are rallying around a different approach, preparing students for work. Special correspondent John Zelenko from Learning Matters has our report.
From the outside, Hoffer Plastics in Elgin, Illinois, looks about the same as it did when it was founded back in 1953. Inside, it's a different story. Bill Hoffer is the CEO.
We've got job after job that 20 years ago would be a full-time operator. Now it's a robot.
There are fewer workers, but they're required to do more.
They need to be able to read blueprints. They need to follow procedures, document what they're doing. That's all very important.
Right now, finding employees who can do all that is a challenge for Hoffer Plastics and for 40% of U.S. companies. The result? A revolving door of workers that costs businesses billions.
Why do we keep spending money to solve the same problem over and over and over again?
Pat Hayes is founder of another local company, Fabric Images, a textile printer. Filling 150 positions here the usual way, relying on diplomas and GPAs, left Hayes frustrated.
What does an A mean to an employer today? I got an A in math. What does that mean? Nothing. Where'd you go to school? What level of course? Was it accelerated? Was it college prep? I don't know.
To get a better read on an applicant's skill level, both Fabric Images and Hoffer Plastics turn to a job readiness test called WorkKeys.
WorkKeys, it's an assessment. What you've accomplished in math, in reading, and locating for information. Those three characteristics are in about, 98% of the jobs at some level.
More specifically, WorkKeys, developed by ACT, the nonprofit behind the college entrance exam, uses actual workplace scenarios to measure how well individuals can decipher charts, graphs, and other visual information, convert ratios and measurements, and make calculations across a variety of situations, and effectively comprehend memos, instructions, and other authentic workplace documents. There are also tests of visual observation and listening comprehension.
In our company, we can profile every job that we have based on these core skills. For the first time, I saw a commonality of what an individual had and what I needed, and I could start putting the two things together.
More than 1,000 companies use WorkKeys, though it hasn't been evaluated by independent researchers. Company testimonials describe sharp declines in employee turnover and training costs, and businesses may not be the only winners. Recent high school graduate Sarah Rorson was accepted at a four-year college, but she found the tuition beyond her reach and decided instead to look for a job.
It was kind of a disappointment. The only options really was fast food or, if you're lucky, seasonal work.
Sarah wound up behind a counter at a Wendy's restaurant and kept looking. 9 months later, she applied for a job at Hoffer Plastics, which requires applicants to take WorkKeys. Sarah's top-notch scores landed her a well-paying, full-time job with benefits as an inspector.
I was not happy working at Wendy's. And to come in here, thanks to WorkKeys, and be able to know that each week my paycheck is going to have 80 hours on it, since we're paid bi-weekly, it's pretty awesome.
Conventional wisdom has held the answer to closing the skills gap is to send more people to college. But Sarah Rorson's experience points to a different solution, expanding the talent pool to include some 36 million Americans who got into college but never finished.
Are they to be thrown away? Why can't we understand where they are? Why can't we get them to some level and utilize them?
And how does WorkKeys help those?
It defines where they are. I have something that says I achieved this level.
Based on their scores, test takers can earn a workforce readiness certificate. In Elgin, more than 100 local businesses have gotten behind the certificate, called an NCRC for short, putting signs like this one on their doors. And the businesses lobbied the schools, so high school students would have a chance to test for the certificate too.
The reason that we have WorkKeys is because I listen to the community, to the business community.
In 2010, local school superintendent Jose Torres made earning NCRC certificates a crucial part of his 5-year plan.
Our goal in our district is to have 75% of our kids above a goal, which is, almost the highest level.
So we went to Elgin High School, a predominantly low-income school where administrators say half the students go directly into the workforce to see how they were doing.
Raise your hand if you've heard of something called an NCRC certificate. No hands. Okay. It was like this in virtually every classroom we visited, and this was 4 years after the district adopted the 75% goal. Where are you today?
We're at 22%.
Why are so many students missing the mark for workforce readiness? It comes down to priorities.
I'm not told to have them job ready, I'm told to have them college ready.
Like math teachers everywhere, Lorena follows a curriculum designed to prepare students for college-level calculus.
I'm focusing on linear functions, quadratic functions, polynomial functions, higher level types of questions from WorkKeys.
WorkKeys doesn't go there because it's math most students are unlikely to use on the job. Surveys indicate 90% of all jobs, including many that pay well, do not require this kind of math. Advanced math is used in most science and technology jobs, but even with expected growth, they'll make up just 5% of the nation's workforce.
Is it important that they know that a negative under a square root creates an imaginary number? No, that's not really that important.
The impact that math has on many students is important. How often is it that teachers will help you see how what you're learning in class is applicable outside of school?
I don't think very often. A lot of school subjects like you don't use, and a lot of people believe that. A lot of people don't try math because they don't think they're ever going to use it.
To others, that's a misunderstanding.
I'm no math expert, but algebra, what it does, it helps you to think critically, think logically. And that is exactly what people need in the workplace. They need to be able to think critically and logically.
Trouble is, those lessons aren't getting through. Across the country, 75% of 12th graders scored below proficient in math. At Elgin High School, it's not much better. Last year in math, 60% of students missed the mark. A number of teachers here told us it's not uncommon they find students in their classes who have yet to learn the math taught in middle school. Regardless, these students are placed in algebra and geometry.
They just shut down, they get very frustrated. We won't accept meeting kids where they're at and helping them where they're at. I would love to spend all my time working on percentages, fractions, all that stuff with number sense. That number sense skills is what matters in the real world.
The video shows us that many companies are using WorkKeys assessments to determine who gets jobs in their companies. This is a list of companies in Alabama that uses WorkKeys for that reason, and they range anywhere from banks to boards of education to police departments and everything in between. So if we can use this information to explain to our students that doing well on this test will actually make them more employable, then maybe we can have a better shot at getting them to take the test seriously. This is an example of a company in Decatur, Alabama, that their starting wage is $19.60 an hour, and one of their requirements is they have to successfully pass the WorkKeys assessment. They also say that they will cover the cost of the WorkKeys assessment. This means that if a student comes into the interview already having passed this assessment, that they will be more valuable to the company because the company won't have to pay for that assessment to happen. So this is an important tool in explaining to our students the importance of this test. In 2017, 64% of graduates received a silver certification or greater on the WorkKeys evaluation. This is up from 61% in 2016. There is a wide gap between Caucasian students and minority students, and it's important that we work for closing the gap. While 75.8% of Caucasian students scored in the silver category, only 41.5% of African American students and 57.6% of Hispanic students received a passing score on the WorkKeys evaluation. There's really no difference in males and females in this category. They were pretty equal. But closing the gap on test scores between minorities
Not only in WorkKeys testing, but all standardized testing will dramatically improve minority college acceptance and graduation rates, and therefore reduce the difference in men's earnings across racial lines. In order for this gap to close, it will require work on everyone's part, and it will not happen overnight. This gap has narrowed since the 1970s in many areas. However, there is still work to be done. WorkKeys testing plays an important role in assisting students in life after high school. Educating students on the importance of this test and finding ways to get them to take it seriously is a huge step in ensuring our students receive a 21st century education.
Hello, my name is Jason Fuller, and I will be discussing ways that teachers can incorporate WorkKeys into the daily schedule. Teachers can do this by using reading information, which is part of the WorkKeys testing in the English and language art classes, applied mathematics in the math classes, locating information in the science and social studies classes. Applied technology can be used in engineering, technology, physical science, and physics classes, business writing in business and English classes. Listening, observation, teamwork, and career tech ed classes can be used to promote foundational skills. Writing in the English and language art classes, and basic career skills and finding your career in career tech education classes. Here are some ways students can use their WorkKeys scores. They can use them to qualify for an NCRC, which stands for National Career Ready Certificate, career exploration to help them in choosing a career that best fits them, employment, and in this facet, employers also use the scores to help select someone, and also it is a good basis for salary. It can also be used for entrance or exit to community college programs. Some ways to motivate students through community involvement. First step is just to communicate. Use newsletters, all calls, emails, text messages. There are various ways to do this. Get public school administrators and boards of education on board, teachers, businesses, and business owners. Have them come speak to your group. And then just through making the public aware of how important the WorkKeys testing is for the students. And then also recognize students who do well. Recognize students and job seekers who earn a CRC. Recognize employers who recognize it and use the CRC to hire students. Praise them. Some examples of school incentives that I found. One school was using a end-of-the-year kayak trip for seniors. Another gave vouchers for every test that you went up on. You got a voucher which was raffled off for a chance to win free prom tickets, a tuxedo rental, flowers. Also, another school was giving away free yearbooks for any gains in testing, gift cards, which have been used for a lot of different types of testing, dodgeball days, hat days, pizza parties, and also a day at the beach in one community that was near the coast. Some incentives that we have used here at Deshler High School under our former principal, Russell Tate, is gift cards. And in this case, we gave gift cards which varied from Amazon to Walmart to iTunes to different things that students enjoy doing. We also offered a movie day where we took students who performed well to our auditorium and showed a movie of their choice. We also, in the future, are trying to plan a trip to the Corvette plant in Bowling Green, Kentucky, to take students to just show them the vast opportunities they can have. And then another thing is just to load students up who've performed well on buses and take them to local industries and, let them shadow someone throughout the day to get an idea on what fits them.
We will look at two local high schools and their results from the 2017 WorkKeys test. Deshler High School tested 109 students. 61% of students were considered career ready.
Only
Sheffield High School tested
41.5%
57
of
students and
African-American
53%
students and
were career ready.
57.6%
The state
of
average is
Hispanic
at
students received
55%.
a passing score on the
Sheffield is
WorkKeys
just under the state
evaluation.
average. This is
There's
a
really
high
no
poverty
difference
system
in
with
males
all
and
students
females in
receiving
this
free lunch.
category. They
Dessler
were
High
pretty
School is
equal.
above the state average. This
But
is a
closing
Title
the
I
gap
school
on test
with over
scores
half the
between
student population
minorities,
qualifying for
not
free and
only
reduced
in
lunch.
WorkKeys testing, but all
There's still a
standardized
large gap
testing will
between white
dramatically
students
improve
and
minority
minorities.
college
In
acceptance and
2017,
graduation rates, and therefore
75.8%
reduce
of
the
white
difference in
students
men's
were
earnings
considered
across
career
racial
ready.
lines.
African
In
American
order for
students
this
were at
gap to close, it will require work
41.5%,
on
and
everyone's
Hispanic
part, and it
students
will
were at
not happen overnight.
57.6%.
This gap has narrowed
There is a
since the
likelihood that the
1970s in
test
many
is
areas.
culturally
However, there
biased.
is still work to be done.
Socioeconomics also plays a
WorkKeys
key
testing
role
plays
in
an
test
important role
results.
in assisting students in life after
73.1%
high
of
school,
students not living
educating
in
students
poverty
on the
were
importance
considered
of this
career
test and
ready,
finding ways to get them
compared
to
to just
take it seriously is a huge
50.2%
step in
of
ensuring our
students living in
students
poverty
receive a
were career
21st
ready.
century education.
These results also indicate there is an opportunity gap. Students who do not score a certain score are not considered career ready. This could hurt their chances of obtaining employment after high school. The good news is that scores have increased each year since 2015 for all age groups.